Hi, bows and bow ties. It's another rainy day here on the East Coast. So let's jump right on into it. Maybe a couple days ago, maybe it was three, I can't remember. I ran across a TikTok. I haven't been on in a couple days, but so I don't know what's happened recently, but 2 or 3 days ago, maybe four, there was a man that came on TikTok and I presume he was Indian. He may have been Pakistani, but I believe he was Indian, probably Indian, British, or whatever. He came on and he was giving this whole long diatribe about if you ever are in trouble somewhere in the world, his grandmother told him you should always go look for a black woman. And when I saw it, I was like, what? And I thought, well, maybe I'm just irritated about everything. Because you know how nowadays everybody's got a cause and a movement, everybody's mad about something. So I'm like, am I overthinking this? But that guy was so annoying to me. I'm like, let me get this right. When you're in trouble, don't go look for the law. Don't go look for people like you. Don't go look for other men. Go look for a black woman so she can protect you. I was, I was like, what about this makes sense? And I can understand why she was saying it, but I just don't agree with it. Right? Like, I really believe that people around the world think that we are nothing more than mammies. We're going to protect you. And I'm like, but who's protecting us? Who's protecting us? We know who's not protecting us, right? I mean, all you got to do is look at, any black man with a podcast. Their rhetoric is crazy. Their rhetoric is crazy. So we know who's not. We know it's not them. So I'm like, well, who's protecting us? And why have we been deemed the protectors? Like, we're, I'm like, no. Now, see, I look back at like what happened during the George Floyd situation and how they had black women out there marching and carrying on. And I was like, can't do it. And like I said, there was a lot of people who brought up a lot of really good points about that. Like, why are we always out here marching and protecting and fighting for the rights of people, but no one's fighting for us? So the audacity of this man who I think he thought was saying a good thing, but he clearly, obviously, has been conditioned to say and think certain things. I'm like, why do we have to come save you? At the end of the day, I'm like, who is coming to save us? Who is coming to save us? I mean, and I think we're at the point where we're not even asking to be saved. We're just asking to be left alone. We're like, everybody just leave us alone. So what I say to all of you out there is, look, don't come looking for me. I am somewhere sitting down. I am, when they say take several seats, I am taking several of the seats. I'm tired. I'm tired. Like, don't come looking for me. I can't help you. I'm not protecting anybody other than my immediate family, my kids. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't. I'm worn out. I am not coming to save people. I better know you personally, but don't come looking for me. I'm tired. All these people want black women to come support them. I'm like, how do you, as a man, even fix your mouth to say, if I'm ever in trouble, go look for a black woman? As a man, I didn't even know how to take that. I'm like, I don't know even, let alone as, someone of South Asian descent, right? So South Asian descent. I was just kind of like, so are you that broken that you can't look at how to save yourself? You need a woman to save you, particularly a black woman, but then also this whole idea of how people view black women. I said, I just want to make it clear for all of you who are watching, I can't help you. I'm tired. My kids are wearing me out. My diva cat totally has an attitude problem. And then I have a husband. I'm like, I can barely handle myself at this point. Don't ask me. I cannot. And the thing that is, somebody brought up a good point. I did see some responses. Someone brought up a good point is these groups of people will tell you to go look for black women for help. But so many of these groups of people, and it's not just, this man who appears to be Indian or presents as Indian. Um, you have people from the continent, you know what I mean? They won't have you, marry black women. They don't want you to marry black women. They only want you to use black women for help. I can't help you. I'm tired. Because I know when things hit the fan, I'm going to have to use all of my reserves, all of my energy and my reserves to preserve myself or take care of myself and to take care of my own family. So I'm at the point where I'm like, you better go find your own mama, go find somebody in your own group or something. I try to rock with everybody. But that statement right there got next to me. My grandmother told me, I'm like, did your grandmother tell you to marry a black woman? They won't tell you to do that. So for all of you who are out there in these streets, I want to make it clear. That man whose grandmother told him, if you ever find yourself in trouble or in need of help, go find a black woman, she was out of pocket. Because this same Indian woman, I presume she was Indian, would not tell him, if you want to find a good woman, go marry a black woman. And it's not just, like I said, Southeast Asians, Africa, those from Africa do it. Everywhere around the world will say that. They want you to go find a woman to protect you, a black woman to protect you, but they won't say go marry these black women. And like I said, to have a man get out here on social media and to say, yeah, well, my grandmother said, he said that with his whole chest. I'm like, you're a full on man and you're asking for a woman to come defend you. What is wrong in this world? So, for all of you out here who are paying attention, please do not come looking for me. I am somewhere sitting down, minding my own business, taking several seats. I'm too tired. I have energy only to take care of myself and my family. It's not personal, it's self preservation because there's no one out here saving black women. They need black women to save elections, they need black women to save voting rights and body rights and everything else. They won't go tell people to go marry black women. They'll go say, if you need help, go use a black woman. Y'all can miss me with that. That man was out of pocket. I'm sure he's probably looking at that video and the responses and feeling all the cringe. But I just want to make it clear. If y'all need someone to march and stuff like that, I can't. I can't march. Everything hurts. My eyelashes hurt. I don't know. My eyelashes cannot join the march. I cannot march. I'm not going out there for fighting for people. Look, let me tell you something. The earth will continue to be tilted on its axis and it will continue to spin. I'm telling you right now. I don't have the energy. I need some of these other groups to stand up and do some things. And let me just say for the record, it is not lost on me all the backlash that is being had or felt from the Asian community with this whole affirmative action thing because they are feeling it. The reduction in enrollment into some of these institutions, they're feeling it now. But I think they were disproportionately represented anyway in these institutions. But nevertheless, now they're like, oh, because see what happens is when you think that you have proximity, see, you know what they say. I can show you better than I can tell you. You can be convinced of all kinds of things. But at the end of the day, I'm like, look, we this country has a lot of really good in it. But the one thing that we struggle with is race relations. And you will constantly be reminded. And let me just say for all of my fellow white people out there, because there's some really good people out there. But I'm actually still calling out the really good people. I want to make it really abundantly clear to you too, since we're talking about race and all. Listen to me. I get it. Oftentimes, you may have a blind spot to some things because in your mind, you believe you are helping. And I get it. So I don't always charge it to the heart. I charge it to the mind, right? Because you can still think you're doing something good that can be causing harm. I think oftentimes there's such a blind spot with people who are less melanated than me to what is surrounding them. They have no idea. They wake up every day and move on with their life as it should, right? I mean, if you're unaware of something happening, so you can't necessarily be charged with trying to bring about change. Oh, what is this? Well, thank you for the love, Sharif Ula. Hopefully I said that correctly. Um, Imran Khan, love it. I don't know what that means. So, but what I will say is for those white people, I understand if you are not aware of something, it's hard to change something you don't know is an issue. But I will also say I would charge you with trying to understand because oftentimes you do walk around blissfully unaware of so many things. Okay. So I'll leave it at that. You walk away, you walk around blissfully unaware of things that's going on around you. And so a lot of times you think that everything is okay. And what's happening is people are just not talking about it in front of you. Partially because people are tired, partially because we know that there will be some resistance if you don't understand. We have to be honest and call a thing. There are a lot of really good things that happen here in the United States, but we do horrible. We perform horribly in terms of race relations, and that's the reason why, And I would say around the world too, but that's the reason why it's okay to say things like, even though this guy was probably living in Great Britain, so I know I'm conflating something, but there's a reason why you can get somebody on social media who's Indian who says, yeah, I was always told by my grandmother that if I ever run into any issues or have any trouble or if I ever need help, go find a black woman. The audacity. I'm like, she should have said, well, you know what? And then if you can find a black woman that can help you, make sure you marry her. Did she say that? No, because they would not dare want you to mix bloodlines with a black. So anyway, I just want to throw that out there for everybody who's thinking that they're going to come to me and ask for help. You better not ask me for help. I can't help you. I cannot. You better find somebody else. I've got just enough energy to help myself and my family. All right. Now I'm going to sip on this coffee and enjoy the rest of my ride into work. It's a drizzly morning. So, but anyway, that's where I'm at with it. This guy gave me a hello or a hand clap, I think. I don't even know if this is a troll, but we'll go with it. Thanks for the support. All right. Make sure you leave some comments now and actually subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys later.